Hi, welcome to Wardust. This is Happy Pappy. I'm here to give you a tutorial on the basics of Wardust. When you get into the lobby, you will see various screens. You'll see helicopters, and to your right, you will see the community news screen. There are 3 Discord channels that you can join. The official one, the community one, which is kind of fun. It'll give you the information on all the events. And modding, if you're a programmer and you'd like to perhaps make some of your own maps, that is a great Discord to be part of to start doing your own modding. The front screen, the main screen, has the information on how many players are currently playing and how many rooms are being played in. It gives you when the tournament is, the winners of the last tournament. And the left screen is a modding screen. This is where you can set up your own custom maps to play by yourself or with friends. And you just have to browse some popular mods, go through them, pick one. It takes a few seconds to download. And once you do that, you go into Create, you find your map. You can put a pin number on there so nobody else can join you. You can pick how many bots you want to play against in the coalition. The mercenaries, you can pick the number of tickets you want. And that will load for you. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the official rotation. What I recommend you do the first time, or if you've been in there and you haven't done this already, is to go into Options up in the top right. And set your options properly. Your language, I have English. I have quality of fast. You can switch it to simple, fast, good, beautiful. I'll go with beautiful. It all depends on what you're running as far as your GPU and how good of a computer you have. If you find that you go into a quality and you're getting a lot of lag, you might want to lower that down. Voice chat enabled. If you don't want people to hear you and talk to you, they'll probably still talk to you. If you don't want them to hear you in game, you can turn that off. Snap turning is a good thing to have. It allows you to turn with your toggle back and forth really quickly. It also is good for steering the tanks, I have found, and maybe some of the other vehicles. Proximity grab enabled. You can disable that or enable that. That allows you to, when you're bringing up your gun and you're bringing up your left hand to hold the front of the gun and steady it, that it finds the front of the gun for you easily and kind of puts you where you need to be so that you can hit your grip button and grab it. If you don't do that, then you're on your own with that. Left joystick is what I use for movement. I use the toggle on my joystick. You can control your movement with your controller or your head. Some people are used to other games where the head movement is used. I'm used to this game, and I've been using it as the controller-directed movement. I'm right-handed. Toggle grab means that when I reach down to grab something off of my belt, I can use the grip to grab it. And it will stay on my hand until I hit that button again to ungrab it. When you don't have toggle on, if you have grip and you release that grip, it will release the item that you're holding. And so you have to make sure that you're always gripping in order to have that gun in your hand. And I will show you that during the tutorial. Direction circle just gives you the direction that you're facing. I don't really use that because when I'm in there, the whole world is 360, and I don't need to know the direction I'm facing. Weapon smoothing is just to steady your weapon. It's a little bit slower to bring your weapons up, but in something like a sniper gun where you need to have a steady weapon, it might be nice to set it to high. It will help you with aiming and shooting and steadying your weapon for that. Then you have at the bottom advanced options, and I suggest that you put on always sprint so you don't have to hit any buttons to move fast. You always want to be moving fast. You're going to find a lot of guys moving fast in this game. You can set your MSAA. I have it at 4. I've disabled my music because I don't want to listen to it in game. I want to be able to hear people. And then the weapon angle allows you to, if you're having problems aiming with your natural, the way that you aim, you can set the weapon angle, or if you've got a stock gun, this helps with the weapon angle. Smooth turning disabled. If you turned it on, it's going to tell you that you might have motion sickness. So I don't know. I have it disabled. So that's done. Now we go in to play, and we'll go into official rotation, and we will. I'll show you some of the things in game and how to play the game and grab your weapons and all that. Okay, here we are. We are in the lobby of the map. We're at the Siege of Dubai. I'm not playing against any players. I set up a custom map so we wouldn't be bothered with people shooting us. The first thing you need to decide is if you want to join coalition or mercenaries. You can decide that by looking at the players and the player count. If you see coalition has 10 players and the mercenaries only has 5, you might want to even up the teams and join the mercenaries. So for now, we're going to join the coalition, and that will bring you up the full map that you can see. You'll notice that you have different colored A, B, C, E, and D, and an X, Y on this map. When it's blue, that means that you currently, your team currently occupies that position. With XY maps, that's your home base. That will always be blue. You'll notice the other points are white, so nobody has taken those points yet. So when you first join a game like this, you're going to start at your base, and you will click into X in order to join and get into the map. Before that, you probably want to turn to your left and decide what class you want and what guns you want. So I'm going to start with the assault class. That's what most people will play with at the beginning. And you want to customize it. And when you customize it, the guns that are available to you will come up, and the sights and accessories, the skins and the ammunitions. Some people will not have all of the guns right away. Sometimes you have to play a while in order to unlock the guns. I will start with a M16. I'll start with an M4 because I think everyone's going to have an M4 when they start. I will start with a holographic sight with a silencer. If you click down, you can find pretty cool skin. Your gun shows down here, and it will show your skin as you pick it. I'll go with a sci-fi foreskin. And then you could pick your ammunitions, which is a hollow point, high accuracy, armor piercing. Usually you want to probably do hollow point or armor piercing. High accuracy you could do, but that turns your semi-automatic into a one-shot, and it has slightly better kill rate, but because of the speed and you have to keep hitting your trigger to shoot, that's not always advantageous. So I will pick armor piercing on this one. So we've got everything picked out. Our gun is here, and we're going to go into the map. So we're in the map. We're on an aircraft carrier in the map. And you'll notice we have some helicopters, and we have a jet that we can play around on. I'm going to use my toggle on my controller to move back, forth, and sideways. And if you look down, you'll see on your body you have your 2 guns that you've picked out. You have a grenade. You have your clip on the left side for your main gun, a clip on the right side for your secondary gun, and you have a knife. You can reposition these by hitting your grip button to grab it and hitting the grip button to ungrab it. If you want to have these positioned in a better position, like your knife, for instance, you can stick right there. So if I'm in a close battle and I need my knife, you could just reach forward and grab really easy, and you'll have your knife without looking down. You can reposition your other gun so it's more in front of you in your grenade. Here we have the M4. First thing we're going to do, we'll bring our left hand up with our proximity grab. It will find the front of that gun, and we'll hit the grip button, and now we can move around that front of the gun, aim properly, and shoot. Now we're out of bullets. Hit the grip button to let go of the front of the gun. We need to change the clip out. To change the clip, you are not going to use your grip button like you think. To grab it, you are going to use a trigger button now. So we'll use our trigger button, we'll pull it out, we'll throw that clip away, we'll find the new clip on the left-hand side. This is our main gun. And you just have to get it close and it'll pop it right in. Now we got to get a bullet in chamber. Every gun has a different method for doing that. In the M4, on the top back, there's something. You use your grip, you pull it, and you are now ready to shoot again. You can do the same thing with the shotgun. Shotgun is a pump, so you got proximity grab. You use your trigger, you pull back, and you'll be able to shoot. Change it out, use your trigger, throw it away, grab your clip, get it in there, chamber it, and you got it. Now, if you've left a bullet in the chamber, you haven't used your whole clip, you won't have to cock the gun before you take that first shot. The last thing you need to know about the guns is when you're running, you can run fast if you have sprint mode on especially. But as soon as you bring your gun up, you will slow down. So that's how you sprint. If you are so inclined and you go in the locomotion part of the menu, you could pick Pro Loco and you can learn to run with your arms, like I'm doing. And you can run really fast and jump over things. And that's what's going on when you see someone running around in the map and it's hard to hit them and they're going really fast. But just remember, as soon as you bring that gun up, you're going to slow down. Except for Pro Loco. That's the advantage of Pro Loco, guys. I can run with my arm, my gun up, and run it. But if I try to use my toggle and run, and I bring my gun up, I'll slow down. So it takes a little practice to do Pro Loco. But it pays off in the long run. It maybe take you a week or two to really get it down where you're comfortable with it. And I will do a separate tutorial on Pro Loco. To use your grenade, you pull the pin with your trigger button. It's not going to go off until you throw it. Once you throw it, it's about 5 seconds. So let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Sometimes 5 seconds is too long, or you're trying to get it up high or someone, and you need to cook the grenade. You can do this as kind of an advanced move. Basically, you slightly throw the grenade up after you pull the pin, and you re-grab it, and then you can count down from there and then throw it. So let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's how you cook the grenade. Okay, so here we are in Dubai. We are going to attempt to fly a helicopter. So let's get over to a helicopter. And as soon as you get up to the front of any vehicle, of approximately where you would be driving, something will pop up in your screen that says driver's seat. When you get that, what you want to do is hit your grip button, and it'll put you into the driver's seat. And if you look down on this particular vehicle, it's going to tell you accelerate left trigger, aim and shoot right trigger. So if I pull my left trigger, I'll go flying up in the air, and I can tilt it. You can move it with your body and your controllers. If I hit my right trigger, I'm going to fire. You can, just so you know, you can use your snap turning to move around a little bit with your helicopters. If you want to land these things, you just come in really slow. Sometimes what I do is I hit the trigger really fast to slow down, control myself. If you want to get out of your helicopter, you hit your grip button again, it'll pop you out. Okay. Next thing I want to show you is how to climb. Okay. Anything is climbable. So what you want to do is, if you put your hand up there and hit it's not the grip button now. It's going to be the A, B, X, Y button. So instead of doing the grips, it's the A, B, X, Y button. And you pull yourself up. Again, I grab it and I've got the button down. I can move up and down. I can actually grab a gun and shoot. And go up and down. But to get up there, you can either fling, you can just put your arm straight down and it'll bring you up, or you can fling yourself. Fling yourself. Okay? That helps you get into vehicles on top of Humvees, climb things that you're able to climb to get a little bit higher up. So now I'm going to show you a little bit about the parachute. Now the parachute, you are going to activate the parachute by reaching up to your shoulders, pulling your triggers, and pulling downward. So triggers and pulling downward. So when you're on something and it's tall enough, I think this is tall enough, all you do is have to walk off it. It'll pop you in the air and give you a little height, and it gives you a little bit of time to pull your trigger. So let's try it. There you go. We talked about grabbing. You can grab onto the jet wing, hit your A, B, or X, Y button, and you are now on a jet. And someone can take off and you can fly in the jet. The jet is the same thing. You walk up to where you would fly it, you reach forward, it says driver's seat, you hit your grip, and you are in the jet. And same thing, accelerate, aim, and shoot. To get out of the jet, you hit your grip button and you're out of the jet. So what we're going to do is let's we're going to go find a tank or some other vehicles. We're going to land this helicopter. Again, I'm going to click the trigger really fast to kind of slow myself down. And you'll see capturing. We're here, so we've just captured Echo. Nobody else is here to fight. We're the only ones here, so we've captured it. If they were here already, you would have to eliminate all the enemies in order to start capturing Echo, or have more people on your team than they have in order to start capturing it. Just so you know, when you see a barrel, you can shoot that barrel and it will blow up, but don't get too close because you can blow yourself up. Okay, same thing with the tank, driver's seat. We'll hit the grip button. We're now in the driver's seat of your tank. And you can move around Your right trigger or your left trigger is going to make you move. Your left trigger will shoot. You'll notice I'm using snap turning to get myself, my tank moving, and sometimes it's hard to get straight with these tanks and you'll run into something and you won't be able to get yourself out of there. Okay, we're capturing C because nobody's here and we're not playing against anyone, and we will capture it. Here's an ATV. We're going to do the same thing. We'll see driver's seat, hit the grip button, and we're going to pull the right trigger to move. This is a little bit different. This is a little bit different than the jets and the helicopter because your right trigger makes you go forward and your left trigger makes you go backwards. So, and people, you can ride on other people's ATVs. If you see someone and they need a ride, it's a long walk in these maps. Wait for them, give them a ride. The one thing that you can do with this ATV also is, let's say that we're going to jump off the ATV by hitting the grip button. It keeps us on the top of it, so you can be rolling and be on top of this ATV. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a gun in our right hand. And we're going to you can keep the gun in your right hand. You can still get onto an ATV and you can still drive like normal. And so basically, I'm prepared if we encounter an enemy, because I already have a gun in my hand. And what you could do is when you hit the grip button, it's going to put you on the top of that ATV. And you'll have a gun in your hand, and you can start shooting and still be rolling. So let's do that. We're rolling. Grip. I'm still rolling. And I could shoot. I can even reload my gun. If I need to get back on my ATV, I just have to bend down and hit my grip button. Now we're at D. We're going to capture D. It's a slow down. You hit your left button. It's almost like a brake. Okay, now we have a Humvee. Same thing with the Humvee. You can actually get in. Use your A B button to climb, but you can get in and driver's seat, and you're in here, and it's the same thing. Right is forward, backwards is backwards, or to slow you down, and people can get on top. I often see this in the game where the whole team of 5 or 6 guys is standing on the top of the Humvee, or you could sit in the back. You can shoot people off the ATVs, and you can shoot people out, from the driver's seat of the Humvee. So you have to be careful. Same thing. You can jump out with your grip button. So here I want to climb a wall. I'm going to use my AB button and fling myself over the wall. And there's a barrel. And I think that concludes the basics as far as playing in-game. Thanks for joining me.